What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. I'll be your host here, Chuck. And in this moment, we got to talk about my Philadelphia Eagles as Jalen Hurts, as I suspected, was flying under the radar, avoiding all the criticism of exactly what I made a video on. And if you guys have been following this channel, you guys know that just because I'm an Eagles fan doesn't mean that I'm going to take it easy on my team. Like, obviously, we have an obnoxious fan base, and we don't spare you just because you're the star of the team. We don't care. But there's reports that Jalen Hurts has been receiving criticism, from the players, and I told you guys, man, like when the season like that was spiraling out of control, man, obviously a lot of people were frustrated. Offensive players were frustrated. The defensive secondary, all the linebacker core, we know that was a very trash end of the season run that we displayed. But I just kept zeroing in on Jalen Hurts, and I said, hey, this guy needs to show more, more rah-rah, more edge. Like, you don't have to go out here and be all, Baker Mayfield, but even Tom Brady knew how to get his guys going. Like, Jalen Hurts is literally what I call too cool for school. And in certain moments, man, like, you just gotta be able to galvanize a team. And I called this out. I'm in about 20 fan pages on Facebook. Literally every time I would say something about Jalen Hurts, all the people want to just come at me like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. And especially black people, because black people feel like because we're black, we can't say nothing about a person who is making multi-millions of dollars, first of all, and that's the star quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Oh, I'm just supposed to not say anything because he's black? No. I did not like Jalen Hurts' body language. I often compare it to LeBron James-esque, because when LeBron James is not happy or flattered, or the game isn't going the way that he wants it to go, he often gives off sour body language, and that will not make your teammates want to play for you. And I told you guys, we kept seeing AJ Brown having fits, and I told you I supported AJ Brown because, hey man, like, I got a job too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be out here running up and down this field wide open just because you don't know how to pick up a blitz, or because your first instinct is to roll out to your right when the pocket hasn't even collapsed yet. And that's very frustrating. So you see AJ Brown dropping passes because he'll go and get on Jalen Hurts' ass on the sideline. But what happens? Jalen Hurts force feeds the ball to AJ Brown out of frustration. So though AJ Brown will come up big with some of those big time one-handed, two-handed deep throw catches, it's because of his talent. But when AJ Brown was dropping those balls, right, it's because it wasn't organic chemistry, right? You guys have all been in a sport where if you weren't getting the ball, or you asked for the basketball or the football or the whatever, and then somebody just say, okay man, here you go, and they just throw the ball to you, you really don't even want to shoot the ball no more. You really don't even want to catch the ball, because I shouldn't have to do all that to get your attention. You're supposed to be the number one guy on the team. And Jalen Hurts was very good at, portraying, and buying into his brand. Like, yeah, trying to be too cool, licking the lips, sucking his teeth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the look. I know it drives the ladies crazy, right? But you don't want to see the crazy side of this Philadelphia fan base turn on your ass, Jalen Hurts. And we love Jalen Hurts. Like, I have 3 Jalen Hurts jerseys, but he is not above criticism. And that's just exactly why I'm making this video, because I knew that there was something very internal going on, and we could not put our finger on, like, what is this? What is this? I knew the whole time. I said, nobody wants to come out and confront Jalen Hurts in front of the media, right? AJ Brown was trying his best to not do that, but I think in certain ways he kind of did, because Jalen Hurts had some of the same issues in college. Like, bro, when stuff don't go your way, he got the stale face, like, I'm above everybody. Like, no, that's very Carson Wentz like to me, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get into this report. because I don't know exactly, like, I really don't know too much of what's going on. All I saw was the headlines, and I just wanted to elaborate on this. So let's get into this report where it says that Eagles QB Jalen Hurts isn't running from recent criticism. So let's play this video and see what Mr. Hurts had to say about all of this criticism.
I just think every year demands a new version of a person. Sometimes you have to experience things, and you have to go through things as a team and see what's meant for that team. You know, for me, I always try and demand the most of myself and be the best leader I can be. I try and lead with the right example, lead with the right mentality, and do that. And that's what it is. You know, you have to continue to grow and develop those things. You know, I think that's what it's about. You know, there's a time where, you know, the things that you say make me great, make me unique, make me a great leader, make me like those things, at least that's what was said. Are now things that are a little different, you know, and interpreted in whatever type of way. But it's just a matter of doing what's best for everyone here.
Okay, so that's what he had to say. I'm assuming about the reports coming out, you know, about, you know, all this stuff. So let's continue to read here. And what has become a bit of a narrative for the Philadelphia Eagles early in the offseason, NFL Network's Mike Garofalo was the latest to state that the organization would like its usually stoic quarterback Jalen Hurts to become a little more vocal, especially in times of turmoil. Boom. There you go, guys. Like I said, like I saw from my living room couch and TV set, this guy, when there's panic and pandemonium going on, this guy is on the sideline looking stoic and too cool. Like, all right, you guys got it. Like, I ain't finna get involved in that. Like, that is not the attitude to have, and that was displayed a lot. And I know that most, you know, athletes and teammates, like, hey man, like, you can't pick and choose when you want to be vocal or this and that. Like, you gotta know at all times how to get your team going, how to motivate the guys, how to calm down friction in the locker room. Like, you have to be able to do that. And like I said, this is to help Jalen Hurts. No, I don't like the fact that, you know, like, this had to leak, but this is what was displayed. You know, like, at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts has a love and support, especially from the black community. And I know that we all love and endure Jalen Hurts, but the truth of the matter is nobody's above criticism. It goes on to say that there's a non-X and O element at play here. When discussing the Eagles starting quarterback on Super Bowl Sunday, and that is Hurts, he usually has a few words in his stoic and want him to be more front-facing and more of a vocal leader. And I know there's clips out there on the internet where he's, you know, going in and telling everybody, like, hey guys, I need you to give me everything you got, the pregame speech, the hype, and all of that. But in times of turmoil, after all the rah-rah, when that stuff wears off and you're in the trenches with your team in the gauntlet, and you know, you got to be able to do that, especially with these veterans retiring. Like it says here, Jason Kelce might be retiring. I got a funny feeling that Jason Kelce, him watching his brother do all that stuff, it'll only be time. But now it also goes down to say that the positive is that Hurts has been open to constructive criticism and has not shut down in the wake of adversity. And that right there is what will make him a great player, because you have so many diva, cocky mindsets. We saw the whole Russell Wilson thing. Like, he got bigger than the program. He started feeling himself. He wanted out of the Seahawks and he went to the Broncos, and Sean Payton gave him a rude awakening, as he was not open to the criticism. Whereas I like the fact that quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, every year they continue to get better as they progressively climb up their NFL careers. But I do like this sign of Jalen Hurts. I like the fact that you know, he had faced it, because true leaders face adversity. They accept the criticism and they become better. When QB participated in the Pro Bowl games down in Orlando earlier this month, Hurts dropped his well-guarded facade in a more laid-back environment as the Eagles look to him to fill part of the leadership vacuum that has been the domain of the so-called Core Four: Kelce, Cox, Lane Johnson, and Brandon Graham. And I do hope that we retain as much of the old veteranship veteran leadership that we can, because Jalen Hurts needs a little more guidance from under, those guys like that, for him to develop into the go-to, unapologetically the voice, the leader. And sometimes you have to be groomed a little bit before that, because the quarterback is a very political position. And I saw the Pro Bowl highlights. They ran the Philly special, and it did show Jalen Hurts smiling and laughing. But I always saw that side of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just when in the moment, when you're in battle, you want to see more of not smiles and all that, or maybe you do. Only the quarterback knows how to fire these guys up, and that's the only thing that I challenged Jalen Hurts, that I did not like this past season, because I think that this guy has what it takes, because nobody went blow to blow with Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl like Jalen Hurts. And I'm telling you guys, if the Eagles were there instead of the 49ers, and yes, the Kansas City Chiefs had great defense, but I do believe that the Eagles would have probably put up more of a challenge. Not this season Eagles, last year's season Eagles. You guys weigh in on this and let me know what y'all think. If you guys are rocking with the content, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest when I drop my sports media takes. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. And follow me on Twitter at Charge the Game Podcast. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.